Yeah, gotta be a little trip on that this Monday too. It's a good trip. I wish we had more teachers there.
How long have you gone for?
About a little over 2 weeks.
2 weeks?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's great though.
Yeah. Yeah, boy, it was really something.
I'm excited when I leave town to go to Vegas, so to go somewhere like the Philippines is going to be
Yeah. I never expected it. I had a bunch of time that my work owed me. They owed me about 3 weeks worth of work, or I was going to lose it, you know.
Oh, yeah.
So they gave me the time. Yeah.
Welcome back, and I'm glad it worked out.
Yeah, thank you very much, Boyd. Thanks.
Yeah, I haven't seen you a couple meetings. Nice to have you.
Yeah.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, I remember you voting up here one time. I didn't know who it was. I said, where's that voice coming from?
And it's funny too, because I thought you guys had a screen of me somewhere, but no, I'm just on that camera watching you guys.
Oh, really?
And so you guys totally get forgotten. I was here a couple times.
Yeah.
And I'm like in the meeting, I swear I was.
I was thinking, who is saying, who is voting?
Yeah, you know, just the internet guy creeping on you. It's all good.
Are you out there at the airport?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
I work tonight.
you get a flight tonight? Or
Got to go stand by, stay at
Yeah.
the airport for 12 hours. Yeah.
which are you with Guardian? Or? Yeah, good. That's good.
They've been a great company, and they've been
Really?
really flexible with family events and stuff like that.
Do they still have that insurance policy for $100 a year where you can be called out of sick five?
You know, I'm not sure. I know there was a lot of, because since we're affiliated with Flagstaff Medical and their hospital, I don't get to hear much about it. But I know it was up for review again to change prices and or just eliminate it altogether.
Yeah.
Because I know, I guess there's some downfalls to it.
Yeah. Well, even doubling a price or tripling, quadrupling, it's worth it because, man, if somebody gets hurt down there in supply, it's so worth them insurance. You know?
Oh, yeah. You could almost put it as like a travel package. Like, hey, you're hiking down there for this amount. It's just insurance that we can fly you out.
I'd like to call the June 11th, 2024 regular meeting for the Kingman Unified School District to order. If I could have you guys rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge of Allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
roll call. Roy Grant here.
Scott Jensen here.
Boyd Hardy here.
Roger Kraft here.
We have a quorum and Tony Henry in absence. Item number 4, call to the audience. So the board will listen to any comment from the public but not respond except as permitted by Arizona Revised Statute 38-431.01. And we do have one call to the audience from Danielle, only regarding live stream issues and state testing.
Good afternoon, board and staff and everybody else in attendance. Danielle Foley, I'm from Golden Valley and I am a KUSD parent. I want to thank you guys for your service. I do appreciate all the questions that you guys asked during the
Do they get any extra benefit or pay for this?
No, they do not.
Do they get time off from some of their other responsibilities?
No, it falls in line with their school hours.
I see. Well, it's very nice that they're willing to do this, as far as I'm concerned. So, great. And that we're sure they're all competent to do
They've all
this.
been through training, they're doing annual training, so this is the first section of employees that will be on the board agenda, and we'll have more next month.
So there's an annual training for,
Correct, they're trained annually with all the new laws, rules, and regulations
to do it, IED.
to be the district representative.
I see. Well, it's very nice of them to do that, actually, I must say, I think.
Any other questions? Can I get
curriculum director, Liz Alvin, has been really on the forefront of the AI in the classroom. So she's been working close with our director of technology, Tim Gardner, and they're on. They have it. They're on it. If you have any questions, I'm sure one of them can answer.
Any questions?
I have, actually. When it comes to the information that will be coming from AI, how do you guys prevent outside, it says like right here in policies, to prevent user access to the districts and transmissions, inappropriate material via internet, blah, blah, blah. How will you guys prevent it? Just how is that done? Prevent unauthorized access, an unlawful online activity, prevent unauthorized online disclosure, and comply with the Children's Internet Protection Act. What does that mean? Like, what is that?
Hello, Mr. Hardy. This is Tim Gardner, the Director of Technology here at KC. Are you saying specifically for AI or just in general?
Just in general, I know AI is the big buzz thing going on everywhere nonstop, especially with that split. But I'm just trying to understand what you guys are doing to prevent before the AI and after the AI. What is it that you guys are preventing? Is it just like passwords, or is it?
So specifically for following the CIPA compliance, which is the main one.
Can you come up to the mic so we can hear you better?
Sorry.
Thank you. Of course.
How does that sound? Better here now? So yes, to be CIPA compliant, we have to have a filter in place and a firewall in place that have active rules that prevent them from getting to things that they shouldn't according to CIPA guidelines. AI, since we don't have anything currently in place, we're still investigating the ways to make sure that the students are safe when they're using those tools. So we're testing some that have explicit controls, which just prevent them from accessing any of those resources in general. But when they're not using AI, we have filters in place and controls through Content Keeper, which is our current filter that prevents them from getting to any of those explicit sites, from getting into the sites that are specifically related to things like cyberbullying or pornographic material, which are the main ones that are named specifically. But also we have tools in place that let us know if there is any inter-school cyberbullying going on. That will let us know, and then we can reach out to the site staff and have them handle that.
Okay, and the company we're using is called Content Keeper?
Yeah, so Content Keeper is just the type of filter that we have right now. We are currently, our renewal for that one is coming up, so we're seeing if there are any other better options for student safety in addition to the filtering, because the filter also handles all staff filtering as well, but there are some that handle that are more student-based that we're looking into, especially because we are a school district. And we have found some that we're trialing right now, so that might change with the next couple months.
Okay, yeah, I was just kind of curious of what we were using, how they're adjusting to the AI wave, and how we are going to evolve with that, because I know it's a super delicate environment.
Yep, so everything security related seems to be focused on AI these days. One of the main things is just preventing them from getting to the resources they shouldn't be. So a lot of the filtering tools that we have in place are just not allowing the students to get to AI tools in general as a whole. So they can't use those until we do get an AI policy in place, which then they'd be able to use a closed environment with whatever AI tool we decide to go with. And to prevent them from abusing that or reaching resources they shouldn't, it will usually be what's called a local AI. So all of that AI database is on our servers, so we have full control of it. We need first databases, and it means that nobody else at KC would be able to access it.
Okay, that was my next question, is how are we preventing people from getting to our students and to our employees' information? So it's the same thing, it's, okay, you answered the question. Thank you very much.
So if a student asks a question to an AI platform, it would be a limited answer, or would it just say like, this question is not askable?
It depends. So, sometimes they try to screw around with it by using words that people wouldn't usually think of, or that they're always trying to find ways around the filters and do that. But a lot of the tools that are specifically for school districts, they have explicit filters in them, or they for example, if somebody's trying to figure out the way that babies are made, It'll give them the very biological answer, but it won't go into additional things, and they can't get around it because those explicit filters in place, so they can't make it explicit material. It'll only just give them the biological answer. And if they try to get around it, it will state that, no, we can't. So all the school district focused ones have those explicit filters built into those AI tools. So working with Ms. Alvin over here, we're going to get an AI policy in place, and then those are really the only ones that we're going to utilize, and we're going to make sure that they don't upload any of our student data without our knowledge.
Thank you.
There'll be training for everybody concerning how to use it, how to block it.
Currently, we're still in the discovery phase, so we haven't decided on anything concrete yet, but when we do, then there will be teacher PDs, staff PDs, so they will learn how to use it effectively. There will be policies in place that will give them guidelines on how they are allowed to use it.
So this policy allows us to potentially use it, but not necessarily requires us to use it.
Perfect. Any other questions?
Thank you very much.
Thank you. So this was the first reading, so no action will be taken. Item number 10, possible action to approve KUSD's gifted education scope and sequence.
Madam President and members of the board, we ask that this item be tabled until June 25th.
Can I get a motion to table it?
Yes.
Can I get a motion to table?
I'll make a motion to table it.
Can I second?
Second it.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Item number 11, possible action to approve the IGA amendment between KUSD and the City of Kingman for the Sunbelt Park project.
Madam President, members of the board, this is in relation to the presentation made by Michael Mearsman on behalf of the City of Kingman, where they will be sharing use of some of the currently unused land behind White Cliffs Middle School, the property 3700 Prospector Street, Kingman. They're going to develop shared multi-purpose fields and water diversion infrastructure on property owned by the district. So we've had this reviewed by our lawyers in addition to having the presentation made to this board. So this is the housekeeping IGA agreement should you choose to allow it to go forward.
Any questions or discussion? If not, can I get a motion for approval?
I can make the motion.
Second?
I'll second it.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. Item number 12, possible action to approve the instructional time model.
Vice President Grant and members of the board, a revision to the KUSD instructional time model was presented at the May 14th, 2024 board meeting as information for board members. At the board meeting, members asked that the revision include attendance procedures for students taking classes both at MCC and at other approved modalities. You should have received a copy of the revised instructional time model proposal. We're asking that the board approve the revised instructional time model so that it can be submitted to the Arizona Department of Education.
Questions from the board?
So, what is the revised time model? I suppose maybe you looked at it last week or something, I'm not sure. I mean, last month, I'm not sure what it is, but.
So it was in the board packet.
Yeah. It's that highlighted purple portion right there.
Okay.
That's what they added to it. That's the
Great.
change.
Okay, good.
And I'll make a motion to approve it.
Wonderful. Can I get a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Perfect. Moving on to item number 13, approve a new course for the CTE program high school level for DC Medical Law and Ethics.
Vice President Grant and members of the board, MEA 100 Medical Law and Ethics is a dual credit course offered through MCC and part of the nursing pathway. Offering this course will add to the opportunities available in KUSD for students who are pursuing a career in this high demand field. We ask that you approve it so we can add that to our course offerings at the high schools.
For students pursuing what field?
The nursing pathway.
Oh, I see, okay.
It keeps any medical occupations.
Is it a required course to graduate from MCC with a nursing degree?
Yes, yes. If I remember correctly. I will double check that just to make sure.
Any other questions? If not, I would
So
entertain.
is there somebody who will be able to teach us, or is it somebody from the college that will teach it?
We have staff members at both high school campuses that are meet the qualifications to teach these courses. They will be adjunct, I believe it's adjunct faculty members of MCC, so.
Great.
Can I get a motion to approve if there's no other questions?
I'll make the motion to approve it.
Second?
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. Approve a new course for the CTE program, high school level medical terminology.
Vice President Grant and members of the board, HES 113 Medical Terminology is a dual credit course offered through MCC and part of the nursing pathway as well. Offering this course will add to the opportunities available in KUSD for students who are also pursuing a career in this high demand field.
In the which field?
Nursing pathway again, medical field.
What did you call it, though? You did use it?
High demand.
High demand field. Oh, okay. Great.
You kind of answered it, but does it transfer to other medical fields since it's a medical terminology course?
I would want to look at other program pathways at MCC to answer that question, but I would say yes,
Okay.
but I would want to do some more research just to verify.
Any other questions?
We've been offering medical terminology at both high schools for a
Wow.
decade, and it's an excellent prerequisite for any pathway if it's required, I guess. I mean, we'll like that.
Yes, I will look that up and let you know.
I'll make the motion to approve it.
Wonderful. Can I get a second?
Seconded.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Item number 15, approve a new CTE program for AS Digital Communications 1.
Vice President Grant and members of the board, this is an exciting opportunity to create a hybrid course by combining two of our district programs for the first time, Cambridge and CTE. This course will allow Arizona's CTE Digital Communication Instructional Program and the Cambridge AS Digital Media and Design syllabus that they will be combined together for this particular course. The CTE instructional program prepares students to gather, process, and deliver news through a variety of print and online formats, including newspapers, magazines, journals, annual publications, blogs, and other traditional and new media platforms. The Cambridge syllabus encourages independent creative expression and the development of a critical reflective practice. The syllabus provides opportunities for learners to enrich their understanding of innovative uses of technology and to improve their skills in a wide range of contemporary techniques. The syllabus is designed to accommodate a range of interests, materials, and resources, and the skills and interests of the teaching staff. Students who participate in this course will be prepared for AS level Cambridge exams, industry credentials through Adobe, and entry-level employments in fields such as advertising, graphic design, and web editor, just to name a few.
Questions from the board? When it's hybrid, is that CTE and Cambridge that you mean it's hybrid, or is it hybrid because it's going to be offered like in a hybrid model?
Good question. It's a hybrid with CTE and Cambridge. It'll all be on campus still.
Okay. Will it be offered at both campuses?
To start off, it will be at Lee Williams, and then as the program grows, we can add at Kingman High School as well. But we also have the opportunities for students to participate in classes at other campuses if they're not currently enrolled at that particular campus.
And it'll be open to both Cambridge students as well as
Yes.
general ed? Okay. Any other questions, or can I get a motion for approval?
I'll make the motion for approval on it.
I'll second it.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. Item number 16, approve district's recommendation to award RFP 25-02-30 for audit services.
Vice President Grant and members of the board, it is recommended that the governing board award a contract for RFP number 25-02-30 for audit services to CWDL Certified Public Accountants in an amount not to exceed $37,000 for the fiscal year 23-24. As purpose of the RFP 250230 was to enter into a contract with a qualified certified public accountant to conduct our annual audit of financial transactions and accounts kept by or for the district for the years ending in June 24, 25, 26, 27, and 2028, and to complete the Uniform System of Financial Records, the USFR compliance questionnaire. Award by the governing board of this contract will allow CWDL to immediately begin audit selections for the FY24, that's the current fiscal year that we're just ending. The RFP notification was sent to 8 potential vendors and was advertised in the Kingman Daily Miner. 2 proposal responses were received and evaluated. The evaluation committee's recommendation for the award is CWDL. Our governing board, after governing board approval, the contract between KUSD and CWDL will require review and approval by the Arizona State Auditor General's office as well, which will send them the information if it's approved tonight. This award is a 5-year contract, but we renew it every year based on vendor performance. If there's any issues, we could cancel it, but otherwise it's for 5 years.
What does RFP stand for?
Request for proposal.
And did the district choose this provider because of cost or because of quality or a little bit of both? Or?
So a little bit of both. We only received 2 proposals. So CWDL is our current auditors. We're in contract with them right now. Their performance has been great. They're very responsive to any questions that we've asked. They've been great to work with. Their proposal was really in line with the others. They were very similar except for price. The other was about 50% more. And we have a history with CWDL. We're happy with their performance. Their RFP, their bid was very good. That's what the evaluation committee.
Wonderful. Other questions?
I just want to make a comment, and that is that this is really important, and I'm glad we have the auditing service, and I trust that it's good, but believe me, where the money is so important, and we've got to keep an eye on it, and I'm glad that the school district is doing this. It sounds like it's a good company to work with.
They have been, just in the past few months, they've been very helpful, guiding in any questions, making sure that we understand what we're doing.
Yeah.
Have they been the ones that been helping us get back in line with all of our last couple of years?
So that's not really their role. They go through and they were the ones that did.
They give us very specific information and answers. While they can't give us advice, that their role is not to advise us, they can give us very specific examples of the USFR and where we need to comply, and it is helpful. So we want to be clear they're not advising us, because that isn't their role. But they work so closely with us in providing us examples on where we might have coding errors or where funds, dollar amounts don't match. That gives us an opportunity to correct it.
Very cool. I personally think that $37,000 is a small price to pay for.
The number of hours they spend with us, I would agree.
It is a lot of time. They're very thorough in all of the records that they go through.
Any other questions?
I'll make the motion for approval on it.
Perfect. Can I get a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. Item number 17, approve World's Finest Chocolate for a fundraiser.
Vice President Grant and members of the board, World's Finest Chocolate is an easy fundraiser for all grade levels. The schools can earn up to 50% profit per box depending on the number of boxes that they order. It's a no upfront cost required. The profits are guaranteed. If they sold last year and they don't make as much this year, then they will match their last year's profit plus give them an additional 10% on top of that. It's easy for them to sell because no one can resist a $1 bar of chocolate, and they're delicious. This year, 4 schools sold the chocolates, and the district spent $19,620. So we asked that we continue with this as a fundraiser so that the schools can move forward and having fundraisers that they can use.
Wonderful. Any questions?
No.
Can I get a motion for approval?
I'll make the motion.
Seconded.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. Item number 18, approve Victory Fundraising as a district-approved vendor.
Vice President Grant, members of the board, Victory Fundraising is used by both high schools to sell the discount cards. Local businesses can offer discounts for foods and services. The discount cards are good for 1 year. Again, it's another easy fundraiser for the teams to be able to sell, and the district spent $3,525 last year, and we asked to continue this as a fundraiser.
Any questions from the board?
Nope.
Can I get a motion for approval?
Again, I'll make the motion.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passed. Approve ZAG Fundraising as a district-approved vendor for fundraising.
Vice President Grant and members of the board, ZAG Fundraising is a fundraiser for all grade levels. They, I don't remember all the people that used to come to your door selling the candles and the chocolates, all the little good stuff. This is the same one there. They are able to choose 2 catalogs, whether they want to do candles, gift wrap, different options there. Friends and family can now order online, so it's not just for the community here. They can offer grandparents and family who are way to offer as well. And the district spent $2,821 last year with them. And would like to continue this as an option for a fundraiser as well.
Is this the only one that does the online?
As far as I know, that we do, at least right now.
Are they the same in terms of we get 50%, or is it the same as the candy, or what is their margin that they take when it comes to buying the candle? We get 10 cents on the dollar, or?
You know, I'm not positive on this, but this one we didn't do, we only had a very small one this last year with them. It seems in years past we had a lot larger, but now that it's not a lot of door-to-door stuff, so it seems like the discount cards and the chocolate have become a lot bigger sellers, but a lot of the fundraisers aren't going so much with this school stuff like we used to before COVID really hit. So I don't know what they're really doing overall, but these seem to be the ones that the schools tend to go to. So we kind of just keep it as a regular approved fundraiser. That way they're not going out trying to find others, because then we have to, we hit that 10,000 limit of spending. So these are just ones that they've requested that they keep on them right now. So unless they come up with something different, then we'll look into those options.
Perfect.
What are they selling exactly? What is it?
They just have different ones. The ZAG one has different options with their catalogs. They have different catalogs they can choose from, and it's up to each school to choose which catalog they would like to use.
Oh, goodness, okay, all these different, okay.
I was going to offer an itinerary of what I purchased as a grandmother.
Blackmail on the parents. I'll make the approval for it.
Can I get a second?
A second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes. Item number 20, approve a list of donations.
I'll make the, I'll do it. I'll make the motion for the approval.
Can I get a second?
Can I ask a question here?
Absolutely.
Okay, so district office, staff appreciation, special ed department received $60 from Dr. Bokhari. And that's great. I mean, it's super, but how do people know how to give things, and who does the $60 that Dr. Bokhari get? Where does that go? And it's a funny question. I appreciate Dr. Bokhari. I appreciate what he's doing here.
What we do with our special education teachers the week before teacher appreciation, we seek out donations. And so we go to Black Mountain, Tipton, and Los Angeles, where we invite the special education teachers to come. They have cookies and refreshments, and we have prizes for them. So we get donations. Dr. Bokhari is kind enough to donate cash money where we can buy additional prizes.
Perfect.
So in other words, you invite people in the community to come to a special education
No, we invite our
teacher
special
thing?
education teachers to come together to show appreciation.
Okay.
How do you seek donations?
How do we seek donations? We send out letters to the different businesses in town asking for donations.
So it just How do you decide who you're going to send a letter to in the
They're
town?
typically people who have donated to us in the past.
I see,
For
okay.
example, the Laughlin Aquarius, they every year donate a stays for their hotel.
I
Their
see.
teachers really appreciate that.
Okay, great. Very nice.
Can I know that Mr. Hardy did a motion for approval. Can I get a second?
I'll second it.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. Item number 21, possible motion to move into executive session per Arizona Revised Statute 38-431.03, subgroup A1, to discuss the release of employment for Tanya Saval McLennan and Azelle.
Vice President Grant and members of the board, the district has received 2 requests from teachers to be released from their 2024-25 employment contracts. The teachers are Tanya Spalding-Glennon and Isel Alatunga. Information relative to their requests have been shared with you in advance for consideration. In addition, Ms. Alatunga is here should the board choose to go into executive session.
Since that member is here, did we want to go?
I think it'd be a good idea, yeah.
Can I get a motion to go into executive session?
I'll make the motion for the executive session.
Can I get a second?
I'll second it.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. motion to return to regular session?
I will make the motion to return.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Wonderful. So is there a motion to be considered regarding the discussion in executive session regarding the two employees?
I'm going to make the motion to approve their request with no after effects or anything, and wish them the best on all of their circumstances for both of the situations. It's not fun and life gets in the way, so I hope the very best. I really do.
So the motion on the table is to accept the resignation without liquidation or punitive damage for Tanya Savell McLennan and Isaiah Melatabin. Can I get a second?
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes. All right. Item number 24, possible, actually we did 24. Item number 25, possible motion to move into executive session per Arizona Revised Statute 38-431.03, subsection A1, to discuss the proposed termination of Rebecca Ashton.
Vice President Grant and members of the board, staff have made a recommendation to terminate the employment of Rebecca Ashton for the reasons stated in the confidential memorandum included in your packets. With this recommendation, Ms. Ashton's employment would end June 6, 2024, which is the last day of her staff calendar for the 2023-24 school year, and the offer of employment for 2024-25 would be withdrawn. Ms. Ashton is here should the board choose to go into executive session.
Can I get a motion to go into executive session?
I'll make the motion.
Seconded.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Can I get a motion to reconvene into regular session?
I'll make the motion.
Second
second
it.
it.
Third it.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All right. Item number 27 is a possible action on the recommendation to terminate Rebecca Ashton, paraeducator, effective June 6, 2024, for the reasons stated in the confidential memorandum.
And I will make the motion for the recommendation of termination to be accepted.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Any board comments? Start?
We'd like to send our condolences to Sandra Mason's family at Mount Tipton School. She was a preschool teacher that was found deceased a couple weeks ago. So our hearts and prayers go out to them. She'll be missed.
Thank you. Is there any other comments? Can I get a motion to adjourn?
I will make the motion for adjournment.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion is, our board is adjourned.